people were freaking out over the fact that TikTok nearly got banned, especially the younger generation. It's almost like this is their mental asylum. They can't live without this app. But if you had a semblance of understanding of public policy, you would know that TikTok was never going to get banned. And the reason is because we have an executive branch that is coming in that wasn't going to enforce the law. So you could have a law on the books, but if the executive branch directs the Department of Justice not to enforce it, I think that TikTok realizes that they will still have permission to remain in operation, at least temporarily. I mean, you look at the Biden administration. What did they do? They issued executive orders telling ICE agents not to enforce the federal immigration law. So it works the exact same way with this law that says that the president can ban TikTok and also any other thing that he deems as a foreign threat. So the Biden administration passed the baton to the Trump administration because the attorney general left his office. Every single person that was a member of that administration left their post. So they're not going to be doing any activities that involve banning TikTok. Also, President Trump has indicated that he will sign a TikTok reinstatement executive order. All it says is that the implementation of the federal law will be delayed so that there's an opportunity, there's a window for a negotiation to occur where potentially a group of American investors or an American company can buy the app. Because after all, this was one of the requirements in the federal law. The president has the right to suspend enforcement because he is the chief enforcer of the law. And people don't understand this. Congress passes statutes. They pass new laws and they get implemented into the United States Code. The president signs executive orders, which either directs the departments to implement a law, to delay the enforcement of a law, or to even just suspend its function as a whole. We have plenty of laws on the books that have not been enforced for decades, for centuries. An example of that is the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, which allows the president to use the U.S. Marshals to deport illegal aliens. How long has it been since the U.S. Marshals have been used to deport illegal aliens? Not since John Adams' time. So the president could invoke an executive order to enforce that, or to say that we're not going to enforce a law. And the president plans to sign 200 executive orders tomorrow, not to change the law, not to address necessarily any loopholes in the law, but to use his existing legal power to change different policies in this country. Not only will he be exercising presidential discretion tomorrow that we'll all get to see on TV, the U.S. Senate just passed the Laken Riley Act, which allows local law enforcement to work with the ICE agents that will be deporting illegal aliens. So if they catch a person and they were caught in an act of theft or burglary, and they believe that that person is illegal, they can call up the Department of Homeland Security and get that person out of this country. And that's exactly how it should be. Why are you here to commit petty crimes? You should be contributing to our country's economy. If immigration is solely economic, okay, like many liberals talk about, these immigrants should be contributing. They should not be stealing candy bars from the local 7-Eleven. So, chances are that bill will be put in front of Donald Trump in the coming days, and he will sign that bill. It will probably be one of the first that he signs. Also, we have the Senate confirmation hearings. This is an important part of our process. It allows the U.S. Senate to keep a check on President Trump's administration. And by the way, the air is coming on, so please ignore that background noise. But yeah, the Senate essentially keeps a check on every administration by saying, all of the heads of your departments will need to be confirmed by us because we are elected by the different states, the different people of the different states. And of course, there's transparency in the process because the hearings get live streamed on C-SPAN. And we saw the hearings of Peter Hegseth, Robert F. Kennedy, all different kinds of Trump administration officials that were lobbying for votes in order to get confirmed. Of course, the Senate Judiciary Committee is the committee that decides if these appointments will advance to the Senate floor. Then let me address this 28th Amendment nonsense. Joe Biden said that the Equal Rights Act was the 28th Amendment. You cannot have a constitutional amendment without going through a set of state conventions, a national convention, 2/3 of a vote from Congress, both houses, the House and the Senate. So you have to go through a specific process. You can either go the congressional route or the state conventions route or the state legislature's route, and then get to a national convention and then have 3/4 of the states approve. But that never happened. And this is further proof, that this president is incompetent and senile. He has little understanding even of what he's doing. They will put something in front of him, he won't even read it, but he'll sign it. And as far as the 200 executive orders that go tomorrow, I will be reading some of them, not all of them. I will be trying to read the most important ones, and I will be coming out with videos analyzing them. Take care.